friends, welcome back or welcome if you're new here. My name is Stacy and I am the Chapter Conundrum, and in today's video I want to talk to you guys about my November TBR. I have ambitious plans for the rest of the year. I do not want things to carry over into 2026, so I am going to make sure that some things happen this coming month. But before we get into some things I'm behind on, we're going to get into the read-alongs that are new that I am going to also try and get done. So the first one of those I'm going to mention is the Thrill, Chill, or Kill book club, our horror thriller book club. And the pick for November is one that I'm really excited about. It's one that I put on the picks because I'm intrigued by the premise, and it's Never Saw Me Coming by Vera Kurian. And essentially in here, you follow a study of, I think it's 7 psychopaths at a university in DC, and one of them turns up murdered, and a different one is trying to figure out who done it. Like, if that doesn't sound fascinating, I don't know what does. So definitely I'm excited for that. I am thankfully mostly caught up on Thrill, Chill, or Kill. There's only one other month that I'm behind on for it, and that will be Stillhouse Lake by Rachel Kane. And I think this was way back in June. I am also still intrigued to get to that one. I just have not had the time yet. Next up for the John Mars read-along, November's pick is Keep It in the Family. This is one of his true standalones, not one of his ones in the one universe, so you can read this just on its own, even if you haven't been doing the other ones in the read-along if you want. And I don't know a ton about this one other than it follows a couple renovating their dream home, and they get some kind of like ominous message in the skirting board, I think. But I have heard from Jake, do not do the audiobook on this one because somehow, some way the audio spoils something that you don't want to have spoiled. And also there are kind of like some extra tidbits like before the chapters, and from what I've heard from him, the audiobook only has some of those. It doesn't have all of them. So that sounds a little bit frustrating too. But yeah, so this one I will be picking up physically and getting to, and I am excited for it. I am also mostly caught up with all of the John Mars books. The only one I haven't yet gotten to is Her Last Move, which was July's pick. And I am also excited about this one, and again, just haven't gotten there, but I would like to. So hopefully I have time for that. Moving on to our fantasy read-along, we are starting a duology to end the year, so we don't have to carry any more series over. And the first book in that is The Traitor God by Cameron Johnston. This is the Age of Tyranny series, and this is one that I've been excited for and have had my eye on for a while. I know that this is dark fantasy, and the premise also sounds intriguing to me as well. Basically, it's a magician returning home to avenge the murder of his friend because somehow, some way, he felt some bits of it happen, I think. Yeah, I mean, the premise of it, like, his friend's name is Linus. It says, Linus was skinned alive and Walker felt every cut. Now nothing will stop him from finding the murderer. So yeah, intrigued by this one. Hopefully it's a good time. Hopefully it lives up to the hype that I've built up for it in my brain. We shall see. Then I am a little bit behind on Dungeon Crawler Carl, so I do want to fit in number 5 and number 6 in November. So The Butcher's Masquerade and The Eye of the Bedlam Bride. I have been enjoying this series so far. Definitely, I've liked the audiobook. Jeff Hayes does a fantastic job. And I am eager to continue, especially now that I'm like this far into the series. I feel a little bit more established. They feel like they're easier to kind of dive into. And also, the way number 4 ends, like, who doesn't want to jump into number 5 right after that ending? Like, so yeah, definitely excited to get around to those. Then, for the Green Rider read-along, that's the other one I'm pretty behind on. So, I have big plans. I will have finished number 5 in October. So, I want to read number 6, which is A Chunky Boy. Then I also want to read the novella following, which is The Dream Gatherer. It's pretty short. I also, though, want to get through number 7, Winterlight, which is even more chunky, and if I have time, the novella following 7, Spirit of the Wood. But this one's also nice and short. I do not want to be carrying over more series into 2026. I had a goal this year that I wanted to end this year with less than 25 ongoing series. It is attainable, but it is going to take some serious concentration and work from me. So I'm going to make a serious effort in the next couple months to make sure that I can get that goal met. And definitely catching up on Dungeon Crawler Carl and Green Rider are a big part of that goal. As if it isn't bad enough that I'm behind on read-alongs though, I am behind on a couple of arcs. So I do want to get to one of those, and that is The Trial of Rooker Flynn by A.R. Witham. So this is the second book in the Locke Institute trilogy, and I really liked the first one. So I am interested in continuing this one and definitely need to just get there to be able to leave my review finally. And then if I somehow miraculously have time after all of that, I will allow for a couple of mood reads. And lately I have been in a romance mood. I don't know why I'm in such a romance mood in spooky season, but anyway, I'm gonna go with it. So another one that will help me finish out a series working towards my goal is Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. This is the sequel to Out on a Limb, which is one of my favorite reads of the year so far. And I absolutely devoured that one and loved it. This one is also fairly short. I think it's just over 300 pages, and I have access to the audio. So definitely I will try to get to this one if I really just need a romance. Then if you've been following in my October vlogs or my October wrap up, you'll know I started the Mindfuck series by St. Abbey, and it is definitely binge worthy. These books end on cliffhangers, and they're just really easy digestible reads that are pretty short, like they're like less than 200 pages each. So I'm gonna try and finish out the series with the last two this month. All the Lies and Paint It Red. And I have been really enjoying this series so far. It's not the best written thing ever, but it's compelling and it's interesting and it is keeping me invested. So yeah, looking forward to binging through the rest of these. I definitely want to know what happens, how it ends. So yeah, thinking about this plan, this is 15 books. And if I've calculated correctly, about 6,400 pages. Now, in October, I read closer to 8,000 pages, so that feels doable. As long as I actually prioritize reading and knock out some of these long entries and series that I'm behind on, I feel like the month will go well for me. And I am looking forward to reading everything on this TBR, so I have high hopes. I'm thinking in November I will like catch up on a lot of the things, and then in December I will be able to smash through some of my goals and make sure I complete some things that I wanted to complete this year. So this TBR will set me up to do that nicely, and it is not out of reach. I just have to make sure that I'm actually prioritizing reading in November. Let me know down below in the comments, are you also reading any of these? Are you excited for them? Are you excited for me to read any of these? Have I convinced you to pick any of them up? Chat to me about all the things down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe on your way out if you want to, and have a great day. Bye!